Hey, what's up, everybody? Talking police report today. Wanted to go ahead and go through this real quick and examine it and see what the initial write-up was when this happened. Now, this was sent to me by an individual. It was in regards to a video I had put up a couple days ago about William Bryan and how it seemed like, at first I wasn't sure. It seemed coincidental that he actually ended up being able to film this stuff, but he had that appearance on CNN where he and his attorney were saying that they had seen the incident happen. So they gave chase, which was contrary to what supposedly witnesses were saying, that he was somehow part of it, that he and the McMichaels were all three involved in the chase of Arbery. So I was saying that it seemed like, according to what we knew so far, that he was indeed kind of an innocent party to it. But things always change, things always unfold. So Dorian disagreed with me, and he sent me the police report. And I hadn't seen it before, so thank you, Dorian, for that. But let's read through it real quick here. If you haven't seen it, here we go. I'll try to link it below. I don't know if you'll be able to follow this link. It's from a website here that he sent me. So here's what I noticed here. Offenses that were reported. If you look up here, I'll show you here. We got homicide and criminal trespass. They give the location here. Shotgun. Responding officers are listed here. There's a bunch of them. Responsible officer here. This page has the involvements, and some of this stuff I don't totally get, so perhaps some of you can explain this to me, but it indicates here you've got Travis, the suspect. Yeah, we've got a call here. That was the call that we had heard about before. The 911 call, there was one at 1:08 and 1:14. So we have this call here. We have Gregory listed as a witness. William Bryan listed as a witness also. Ahmaud here as the victim. Larry English also listed as the victim. He's the owner of the house where Ahmaud went into and he was seen on camera. And then we have some other witnesses here. Randall Pard, Diego Perez, John Olson, Matthew Albans. What I think is going to be pertinent for just this part of the case is to see what these witnesses say, because they obviously hold the key as to whether or not Mr. Bryan was involved in it, in the chase, or if he was just a witness. If you have a situation where all of these witnesses say, hey, yeah, we saw them all get together, all three of them, and say, let's go get this guy, then yeah, that would be certainly something that would be hard for him to refute, like he did on the CNN interview. Again, we're talking about William Bryan. These other things here, trespassing, extra watch, trespassing, it looks like these are charges against Ahmaud, it looks like. I don't know about this auto theft on 3-4. I really don't know what this stuff means here. So like I said, if some of you can explain that to me, that'd be great. Okay, so let's get into the meat of this here. And this is from J. Brandon Berry. He's the officer who took the report on February 23rd. On Sunday, February 23rd, I responded to the intersection of Satilla Drive and Holmes Drive in reference to shots fired. While en route, I was advised there were shots fired and a male on the ground bleeding out. A short time later, I was advised the male on the ground was deceased. Upon my arrival, I observed Officer Minshew setting up a perimeter. I began speaking with Gregory McMichael, who was a witness to the incident. McMichael stated there have been several break-ins in the neighborhood, and further, the suspect was caught on surveillance video. McMichael stated he was in his front yard and saw the suspect from the break-ins hauling ass down Satilla Drive towards Buford Drive. So he's actually saying that he saw the break-ins, which is key in terms of Georgia law and how citizens are able to initiate a citizen's arrest. McMichael stated he then ran inside his house and called to Travis and said, Travis, the guy is running down the street, let's go. McMichael stated he went to his bedroom and grabbed his .357 Magnum, and Travis grabbed his shotgun because they didn't know if the male was armed or not. McMichael stated the other night they saw the same male and he stuck his hand down his pants, which led them to believe the male was armed. McMichael stated he and Travis got in the truck and drove down Satilla Drive towards Buford Drive. McMichael stated when they arrived at the intersection of Satilla Drive and Holmes Drive, they saw the unidentified male running down Buford Drive. McMichael then stated Travis drove down Buford and attempted to cut off the male. McMichael stated the unidentified male turned around and began running back in the direction from which he came, and Roddy, that's William Bryan, attempted to block him, which was unsuccessful. McMichael stated he then jumped into the bed of his truck, and he and Travis continued to Holmes in an attempt to intercept him. McMichael stated they saw the unidentified male and shouted, "Stop, stop, we want to talk to you." McMichael stated they pulled up beside the male and shouted, "Stop" again, at which time Travis exited the truck with the shotgun. McMichael stated the unidentified male began violently attack Travis, and the two men then started fighting over the shotgun, at which point Travis fired a shot, and then a second later there was a second shot. McMichael stated the male fell face down on the pavement with his hand under his body. McMichael stated he rolled the man over to see if the male had a weapon. I observed blood on McMichael's hands from rolling the unidentified male over. Photographs were taken of McMichael's hands and were uploaded to Spillman under property number 20-03176. My Axon body camera was on while I was on scene, and the video has been uploaded into Spillman under property number 20-03179. Glenn County Coroner was notified, and Coroner Christy Rogier arrived on scene. Coroner Rogier pronounced time of death to be 1346. Glenn County CID was called to the scene, and upon their arrival, the scene was turned over to them. So that's it for the report. It actually has another page or two. It has just the information of the individuals and their addresses and stuff like that, but we're not really concerned about that. Dorian, when he sent me this in his comment, and again, I appreciate you sending me this, but he said that how does it seem like he's an innocent bystander? Because that's what I was saying in my comment. Based on the interview I had seen, I said it looks like it at the time, but I definitely want to hear from those witnesses, and I don't know if we're going to get that witness information now, or they'll probably hold that for trial, but those witnesses definitely will be key. What I said to him in reply was, to have a situation where all three are involved, they would have had to have gotten together. And you see here in the police report, there's nothing indicated by either McMichael, and it looks like Gregory is the one who's giving the statement here, that there was any kind of involvement between the three of them. He doesn't say it anywhere on here that William Bryan and the two of them got together. No, he says he just got his son Travis, and they decided to go. Now, he does indicate that when Ahmaud turned back around a different direction to try to get away from them, I presume that Roddy, they call him Roddy, William Bryan, tried to cut him off. That's possible. That could have just been Gregory's perception of what was trying to happen. And I would think about it like this. Say somebody's chasing me, and they get in front of me, and you're in the car behind me, and I turn back around to run towards you because that looks like a way out. Now, you swerve your car or whatever. Does that mean you're involved in it in some way, or does that mean you're part of the plan, or somehow you were attempting to box him in, or who knows what you were thinking, right? It's just a circumstance where I saw you ahead of me, I decided to go one direction, and it happened to just be back in your direction. When it comes to this, I'm not discounting that Mr. Bryan could have possibly been part of it, but what I said to him, again, was I don't see anywhere in the report where it's indicated that Gregory and Travis yelled out to William Bryan, "Let's go get him, let's all three of us go get him." Now that obviously would have been something that, if included in the report, would, it'd be clear that William Bryan was involved in it. So without that information at this time, I tend to believe the story that Mr. Bryan was telling in the interview. However, those witness statements are the ones that are really going to indicate which way this goes. Because as I said, there are 4 witnesses listed here. If you have a situation where the witnesses are all saying, hey, yeah, we saw the 3 of them planning this and they went after him together, then certainly he would be part of it in terms of the chase given and everything like that. But if it's a situation like where Mr. Bryan's saying he saw the events transpiring, recognized the McMichaels, and then decided to get into his vehicle, and the witnesses can corroborate that, then yeah, definitely that looks good for Mr. Bryan. Either way, though, I don't see charges being levied against Mr. Bryan for any of this. He is the individual who brought the tape forward to the police. And without that recording, we would have no way of knowing what actually happened. We wouldn't be able to see what happened. So if it were a situation where he was guilty in some way, then why would he release the recording, right? Why would he go to the police with the recording? That's where I'm at now. Things evolve, things change, and you all know how it is. You've got to adapt as the situation adapts. As we get new facts and as new things come in, we just adapt how we're thinking about all of this. But again, at this point, absent those witness statements, it seems like Mr. Bryan's telling the truth. We'll see, though. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.